How do we know our shots are going to work in the edit? How does this information help us decide where to put the camera? These are two great questions. Thank you for asking. The first question, what will edit? There are a few principles to ensure that your footage will look good when you edit from one shot to another. The camera represents what the audience sees, and we regularly move their perspective when we go from one shot to another, from scene to scene. We just need to know where to put the camera to make these changes from one angle to the other appear seamless. Here are the 4 principles. Number 1, the 30-degree rule. This principle says that a shot will edit if you move the camera 30 degrees from the last position. Here's an example of what it looks like. It works, but it's not great. I prefer to move the camera at least 45 degrees. Number 2, change the size of your shot significantly. Either cut the shot in half or make it twice as big, nothing less. You can move the camera physically closer or further from your subject, or you can zoom in or out. Number 3, move the camera over 30 degrees and change the size of your shots. What works best is to combine the first 2 principles. Number 4, when we think of editing, we often think of continuity. Continuity means that the motion and details between 2 different shots remain consistent. For example, cutting from one angle to another, we expect the person to be in the exact same position, or between shots we expect details to match the previous shot. This is more important for drama than it is for documentary, because an audience expects imperfections in reality-based filmmaking. But continuity is a principle to be aware of. There are a couple of things to avoid. Avoid zooming in or out while you're shooting, and try not to force yourself to cut in the middle of a camera movement. Why? Because it's distracting. It pulls the audience out of the story. When the camera's in motion, the audience's eye is also moving. And if you suddenly cut to a static shot, the audience's visual motion comes to a screaming halt. They're not smooth edits. To make your videos as effective and professional as possible, consider these principles and how you can best use them in your work.